So this is my first scouting trip on public land in this part of North Carolina. I'm near Raleigh, where I live. It's kind of confusing because a lot of it's not, in fact, none of it's marked. You really have to check the map, which isn't a problem. I've got on X and should be able to find some place to go, but just scratching the surface here, just getting started. Well, I'm in the woods now, seeing a lot of these young white oaks. So there's going to be some bigger ones around. Actually, that's one right there. And I just need to find one that's dropping or about to drop. I've got some binoculars. I'm going to check the treetops, see what I see in these oaks. I'm not far from the road, but you know, the deer are going to come. So if they're hitting a white oak, doesn't matter how close to the road it is. Just need to get in here quietly, sneak in. Found a couple old rubs on this trail here. Probably a couple years old, I'm guessing. There's a trail going up through there. Not seeing a whole lot up here, so I'm going to go down. There's a kind of up in the high ground. I'm going to go down to this creek and check that out. It might be too obvious of a spot for guys to come in from, but I'm going to go take a look, see what I see. If there's can follow the creek up and see if there's any live oaks, not live oaks. I'm going to follow the creek up, see if there's any white oaks dropping. Pretty thick in here, as you can see. Got this little opening here in the forest, but nothing fresh in here. I knew I would see some tape eventually because it's just such an obvious spot, just following the creek. But it was old, so I guess just from the aging of it, it's probably a couple years old. It's probably a rifle hunter. Oh no, it's not. This is an archery only zone. My mistake. That doesn't mean a rifle hunter wouldn't be in here though. Let's face it. So now I'm looking for a creek crossing. I wouldn't hunt them right at the creek, but because my scent is going to just pool down in here because of thermals. But what I do is follow the trail either up or down hill. So I just heard something up in there. It's a pretty obvious deer trail that parallels the creek. The creek is right there. Goes up through there. Really pretty spot. There's a crossing right here. This tree fell, so it looks like they're still using it. So they're coming through that hole, that gap there, coming across. That's all rock down there. Coming up here. Going uphill, probably to bed. Love it. Good sized rub. That rub's a lot bigger than what I'm used to seeing in Florida, that's for sure. I think there's a squirrel over here cutting hickory nuts. I just heard a nut hit the ground. It sounded too big to be an acorn. But I'm gonna go take a look anyway. More tape, but again, that looks pretty old. At least a couple seasons. I found a second creek crossing just over there, about 25, maybe 20 yards. I'm gonna follow this one up the hill, see where it goes. This is the most active one I've seen. There's a major trail, deer trail coming through these woods. Comes from the creek up through there. The creek's down there below. Comes up through here. Opening day, I may just get here early and set up downwind of it and just see what comes through, if anything, and just adjust accordingly. You know, just hunt on the ground, bring my stand, but then set it up when I see something better. pretty spot. There's a deer trail going up here through the ferns, uphill. That's a neat spot. As you saw, I did some little mini watercolor painting. I'll probably finish that at home. There's definitely deer in the area. I haven't really found a hot spot. Like one tells me to set up right here. But I've got a couple spots I'm gonna probably just kind of scout and hunt, carry my stand in, hunt from the ground, kind of see what happens that first morning, and adjust from there. Thanks for tuning in. I've walked through 10,000 spider webs. Haven't gotten bit yet though. Hey guys, check out the Mangroves to Mountains podcast. It's a new podcast I started recently. The primary focus is hunting and fishing, but there's also going to be episodes about camping, kayaking, hiking, just general outdoor stuff. So check it out when you get a chance. Thanks.